in LA, there were, and Labor Notes had this one, that hotel workers in LA were on strike. And I know that there was some pressure about Taylor Swift canceling her concerts in New York, in LA, which I think she was making $60 million or something. And then she gave like $55 million away to her whole staff. Just basically, I think they shut everybody up. But on top of the fact that that's a really nice thing to do for the people that are making you a ton of money. But
in Huelga.
Yes, you've got Laguna Cliffs Marriott workers in Dana Point, California. All right, they were retaliated against by InstaWork. So this was like another one. Laguna Cliffs. I actually stayed there like 15 years ago.
Speaking of
another
Roger Meadows with another $2 chip. News 12, our local news station out here in Long Island.
Long Island. That's the same. That's the same one.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah,
that's them. But that's the Westchester division.
Islands.
Yes, I'm in Jersey. Yep. Roger. But so when Thomas Bradley showed up for his third shift, he encountered a picket line. Here, the picket was part of a wave of strikes at LA area hotels by members of Unite Here Local 11 at 62 hotels, which expired their contract on June 30th. Right there, hotel workers' top demand is for pay that will allow them to secure housing in a market that is pricing them out. That seems reasonable.
Yep.
So he stopped to talk to the picketing workers and then joined them, exercising his right to strike. But there was a problem. He had been hired by the hotel through a temporary staffing app called InstaWork, and they didn't have the mechanism to recognize that he was on strike. So it canceled his shifts not only at Laguna Cliffs, but also at other venues that weren't on strike. He appealed, but the app mechanically rejected his appeal. The union has identified
Is there an app for that?
6 hotels are using InstaWork to hire scabs. Yes,
strike breakers. Of course they are.
Right?
Can the grinder union go take care of them?
Right. So what? Bradley is black, as are several other workers at the hotel hired during the strike during using InstaWork. To use a platform like that as to use as pawns, I think that was kind of messed up. Yep. Striking workers are largely Latino. Were also appalled once they learned about the app from Bradley. Their union has spent decades trying to get hotels to hire more black workers. Yep.
Bradley, why did your parents give you the whitest name? Like it's Bradley. Like, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Snow Himbo if he's in chat.
Yeah, I mean it's Brad. It's Bradley, Bradlington the third.
Well, there are.
I don't know.
Well, Bradley Beal is a pretty famous basketball player that has. He's not white.
Sure.
But anyway, we have open positions in housekeeping, and they could have hired them permanently. Here, this guy, striking housekeeper Andrea Rodriguez, summed up the situation. This company brought in African American workers to break our strike, but once we came back in, they let them go. We have open positions in housekeeping, and they could have hired them permanently, but they didn't. We didn't think that was fair. Terrible. So he's good enough to break the strike, but not good enough for them to have health care, pension, and for a sustainable job for himself and his loved ones. Gross. Yep. He's been trying to get a permanent hotel job for more than a decade and suggested discrimination was the reason that he was passed over.
Yeah. They go, this Bradley's white. We didn't expect that.
They read the name on his resume.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
Yes, that's
yeah. Yeah, go Chase or like Skylar. You could throw Skylar in there for white names.
LOL, Bradleyton Rathbone
Chad
III, Esquire. Yes, that's right. Bad cookies. Very funny. Yeah, very funny.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, InstaWork got Insta-worse. It's had so many updates that it's turned into a traditional job. The app now gives businesses more of an upper hand. They can get rid of us anytime, no questions asked. They use a rating system. I'm reading over here, but unlike Uber, In the case of InstaWork, it's the bosses rating you. Higher ratings give you access to more shifts and even pay premiums if you reach the highest level. Oh my God, the worst game ever. InstaWork.
I thought that was like
it's
the ultimate game, you know?
Not exactly. Not here.
It's where we hunt humans on an island.
Right.
You know?
So you've got housing catastrophes, of course, going on because they can't get consistent work, make their bills. All right. The jobs he was getting were so far away from where he lived that he was never at his apartment. He was traveling as far away as San Diego from LA. Housing costs have risen in LA. His housing situation is becoming more common, even for union hotel workers. Right. 1 in 10 had experienced homelessness. Rodriguez said her family of 5 lives in a small two-bedroom apartment that costs $2,300 a month. That's cheap. It's too expensive. We can't make ends meet. My husband's a gardener, and it's not enough. Like, they're literally just pricing people right out of being able to live and exist.
Well, you know,
the money is there.
Yeah, thanks.
If we can save the banks, then we can save the world.
No, that's not. The script was written wrong. I think you read that wrong, Greta. That can't be right. Housing prices are forcing workers to use apartments in shifts or cram into the garages of family or friends or move far inland to more affordable desert towns like Lancaster or Victorville, which is a 2-hour drive each way. Commute is so long and expensive that some end up sleeping in their cars during the week, only seeing their families at homes on days off. I had a friend that did that.
2 hours later.
Did that 10 years ago. Like, literally, he would sleep in his car all week long and then drive home for the weekend. And it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Like, we don't need to do this. We don't need to live like this. Right? Union wants an immediate $5 an hour wage hike and an additional $3 in each subsequent year of the contract. Yes. The hotel's counteroffer is less than half that. What a surprise. Right? So, meanwhile, the Westin Bonaventure in LA with 600 workers, they settled before the contract expired. Solidarity again. Everybody is getting squeezed. Yeah. The workers are saying, I cannot work for this. No more. Third wave of strikes cresting here. Labor notes. Go follow those guys as well.
Jenny Brown.
If
you want to contact Jenny, her number is available at 867-5309. Jenny, I've got your number.
Everybody always wondered what her last name was. I guess now we know.
Jenny Brown.
Yeah.